now, right?
What? Oh, did you leave the house, Michaela?
Come on, I'm 27 and I know there's an age gap between me and my husband who's 43. I heard that he had a single sister who was 1 year younger than him. So I was prepared to live with a sister-in-law who was older than me, but...
What's your point?
I never thought you'd be such a failure. Are you seriously 15 years older than me, but unemployed and still single?
Do I look like that much of a failure to you?
I mean, you never do anything, right? It's the afternoon of a weekday, but you've got no plans.
I mean, I guess right now I have nothing to do, but I have to prepare for my trip to America, so it's not like I'm always not doing anything.
Are you sure you need to go to America?
What do you mean?
I'm telling you not to go.
Huh?
It'll cost a lot of money, right?
Well, I guess I have to pay for the airplane tickets and stuff, so it will cost some money, but...
Don't you think that's not something an unemployed person can just do without the permission of others?
It's true that I'm not working currently, but I explained that and also why I was living in my parents' house when you moved in, right?
You did tell me, but it's not a reason to go to America.
Even if you say that, I can't just not go.
Oh my god, I didn't text you to talk about this. I wanted to tell you to do all the household chores if you got nothing to do.
I don't mind doing the chores, but you're the one who's going to make tonight's dinner, right?
Just do it for me, will you? I'm busy unlike you. I know it's my turn to make dinner today, but I don't have the time for it. You have no right to complain when you've got nothing to do anyways, while I, on the other hand, am busy.
Fine, I'll make the dinner for tonight.
Well then, I need to go now, so bye.
Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning, Gaston.
I'm gonna finish work with my work in Italy today, just like planned.
I see. Thanks for your work.
Oh, thanks. So, I'll ask you again just in case. Did you get airplane tickets for next week, Tuesday? There's no need to change the date, right?
Yep, it's fine. I'm done with almost all the preparation already.
I see. So, just as planned then. I'll go to your house on Tuesday morning and greet your family as well.
Alright, I'm looking forward to it.
On the other hand, though, you said that your brother who owns a business married a woman named Michaela? Who's 27 years old, right? And that she's living with you guys.
Yup, she moved in 3 months ago. Apparently her parents already passed away, and the two of them suddenly married without her families ever meeting.
Did you ever hear where she graduated university?
Oh, she mentioned that she went to the same university as you, K University.
Does she have a mole under her left eye?
Yeah, she does. Do you two know each other?
Unless this is just some sort of coincidence and this Michaela is a different person, then yeah, we knew each other in university. This feels like it could be trouble. Maybe we were lucky I was relocated to America.
What's the matter?
Sorry, I want to contact your brother-in-law and tell her something about Michaela first. I'll tell you about it later. It'll be best if I'm just making a mistake, but...
This sounds important. Got it. Just tell me about it later. Oh, it's already been that long?
You're still unemployed, right, Marissa?
Yeah.
So, when are you gonna get a job?
Probably a bit later in the future. Now is not a good time to look for a job.
Huh? You're 42 and still think that's how you think? Don't you think that's a bit problematic?
Well, you say that, but I don't know what kind of jobs there'll be over there, so...
What? Will you stop talking nonsense? Oh, never mind. I don't think this is impossible.
What's not possible?
I am biologically unable to live with you anymore, so please leave.
Huh? I already told you this multiple times, but I'm leaving for America next week, so...
Huh? You're talking about your trip to America again? I already told you I'm not going to let you waste my money on a trip. If you got the time to prepare for such things, then why don't you find a job? Hurry up and get a job so you can leave this house.
Michaela, you're telling me not to go to America anymore and instead find a job? Do you know how difficult that will be for me?
What part of that is difficult? It's easy. Just don't waste money on a trip to America and get a job so you can provide us with money. You don't have to get a full-time job immediately. It's fine if you work part-time or as a dispatch worker. It's a lot better than just being unemployed, right?
Michaela, did I phrase what I just said poorly?
What, you still have excuses?
When I said I'm going to America, I didn't mean that I was going on vacation.
What?
I'm going to be moving there, which means that I'm also going to be leaving this house. That's what I intended to say, but...
Huh? You're moving there? To America? Even though you don't have a job?
Didn't I tell you when you moved in? My fiancé is being relocated to America by the company he works for. So I quit the job I already had to go with him. I lived in a company-owned apartment while I was working there, so I had to move out when I quit. So I was going to live here at my parents' house until I moved to America.
What? You're so delusional. You're 41 but have a fiancé? Jesus, at least tell me a more believable lie.
It's not a lie.
Do you have proof?
Ask my brother or my parents. They'll all tell you that I have a fiancé. They've met him already, so that's enough proof, right?
What? But I don't want to do that. It'd be like I was playing along with your fantasies. Ew.
Then do you want me to send you a picture of him?
It could just be you and some other acquaintance, so that wouldn't count as proof.
Then why don't you wait until next Tuesday when I leave for America? He's going to be coming here to pick me up and greet my parents.
Huh?
Me moving to America is neither a fantasy nor a lie. Whether you believe it or not, I'm soon going to be leaving this country.
Ew, are you getting mad at me since you couldn't prove it? You're so pathetic.
We're leaving next week Tuesday. You'll be able to meet him then. The two of us are going to head to the airport after that, so send us off, okay?
What? Were you actually being serious? This can't be true. Your fiancé is Gaston?
I was prepared for there to be a scene when you saw him, but I didn't expect you to be that surprised.
What's the meaning of this?
You were both in the same club at university, apparently. You had already graduated when you were a student there, but he was a sort of coach who sometimes visited the club, right?
Why? He said no when I said I wanted to go out with him. Why is an unemployed old woman an elite businessman who works for a foreign firm? There's no place where you two could have met no matter how you think about it.
I was an employee at one of their client companies.
What? What are you talking about? Weren't you always unemployed and lived in your parents' house? You couldn't get married until you were past 40, and you have no children. So it's only natural to think that there was something off about you. Why would Gaston go out with such a woman?
Michaela, you really don't listen to what other people say, don't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I told you about my situation when you married my brother, right? I'll skip the part about me quitting my job to go with my husband, who was relocated to America. Since I already told you about that recently, but I already got married once, but got divorced because my ex-husband cheated on me.
Huh?
Me and my ex-husband had a child who's now 19 years old.
You have a son?
He now goes to university in America, so there was no time for me to introduce you to him since you got married with my brother so quickly. There are 4 main points to what I just told you. I have a fiancé who's been relocated to America, and I quit my job to go with him. I'm only living in my parents' house until he finishes his work here in Italy and we move to America. I've already been married once but got divorced. And finally, I have a 19-year-old son who goes to a university in America. I thought I told all this to you already.
No way.
I mean, we're going to America today, so don't bother us from now on. Oh, and it seems like my brother has something important he needs to tell you. You should probably focus on that instead.
What?
Goodbye.
Wait, what was that about my husband? Of loan. He scolded me about it and made me sign her divorce papers. But if we get divorced, I won't be able to pay my debt back. So give me Gaston instead. Please, Marissa. It's not fair for you to have Gaston, who makes $120,000 a year, all to yourself. Of course he'd rather be married to me, who's only 27 years old, than an old woman in her 40s. Fine. Why don't we make a compromise? I'll be married to him only until I pay back my loan. And after that, I'll divorce him and give him back to you. What do you think? Marissa, I'm making such a good deal for you. Why don't you reply? At this rate, I'll never be able to pay back my loan.
My brother was never really interested in women, but one day he was suddenly approached by Michaela and she pushed him enough that they got married soon after. Michaela didn't tell my brother about her loan, probably because she wanted to use my brother's money in secret to pay it off. Gaston was the one who told him about her debt. There was a time when Michaela was making repeated attempts to start a relationship with Gaston, but she was so insistent with her approaches that my husband got a little suspicious and did some investigation, which is when he found out about her huge debt. He confronted Michaela about this, and after that stopped trying to approach Gaston. By some strange coincidence, the two met again that Tuesday. All her secrets were now exposed, and even though she wasn't forced to pay an alimony, rumors started to spread as to why she got divorced. Since my fiancé has quite a few connections in the region, no man would approach her after that since they knew she was dangerous. Having no other choice, Michaela found a job in a brothel and now works every day, paying off her debt little by little.
Hey, what's up with this disgusting lunch you packed me? You added way too much salt for me to enjoy. Are you trying to make your husband suffer with this salty meal? What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Sean. I've had a stuffy nose since this morning, so I couldn't properly do a taste test. But still, I made your lunch despite my sore throat and fever, so please forgive me.
I didn't ask for your sorry excuses. I can't believe that you'd given your husband a disgusting lunch like this without a second thought.
I tried the best I could despite my body not being at its best. Sean, could I just take it easy for the rest of the day today? I'm sure if I just lay down for a while, my fever will go down.
When I'm over here working hard, my wife wants to lie down and take a nap. What makes you think that I would ever allow something like that?
But I'm not feeling all that good today. I can't clean or do the laundry, let alone get dinner ready. Would you mind eating out somewhere on your way home today?
Enough with your excuses. It doesn't matter how sick you are, you should be able to do simple house chores. You're a housewife. The only reason you're able to live the life you currently live is thanks to me. Stop trying to slack off and get to work.
I do have a fever, though. If I just get some rest today, I promise to do everything I couldn't do tomorrow. So please, just let me get some rest.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop with the excuses? I won't allow you to relax while I'm out here working. You are here to keep doing your job, no matter how high your temperature is. That is an absolute order from your husband. If your fever goes down, then I'll know that you are resting.
Millie, I can't sit back any longer and watch you mistreat my son. How much of a self-centered person can you be? You're able to live comfortably thanks to my son. You should be able to do something as simple as house chores. Catherine, it's been a while. May I ask why you're so angry? I'm angry because of you, Missy. You can't even understand something as simple as that. You're completely useless. Me? I don't want to be the type to be telling my son's wife off like this, which is why I've been so patient so far. But after you guys got married, you've been so full of yourself, I can't sit back and watch this any longer. What? Sean has been telling me about how you can't do simple chores properly. You can't even cook or clean properly. Apparently you've been slacking off with the cooking as well. He's been saying that about me? You didn't even make him lunch today and gave him instant noodles instead? I can't believe you'd stoop so low. Hang on a minute, I haven't done any of that. I do all the chores properly. I even made his lunch today. Although, today was a bit of a failure. That was all due to me feeling pretty sick today. I always make his lunches properly. My son has been telling me the opposite. It seems like you're slacking off as well today. What? It seems like you don't understand where you stand in this life. As a wife, you're supposed to respect your husband. You're able to live comfortably because of Sean. If you can't understand that, then obviously you need some lessons from me. It seems like you won't listen to anything I say, but will listen to anything Sean will say. Fine then. If that's how it is, then I'll take your lessons or whatever else you want. How rude! What is the matter with you? This is not how you should be talking to your mother-in-law. I'll let you lecture me tomorrow. Right now, I have a 104-degree fever that I need to worry about. My head is gradually growing blank. Please just let me rest. I'll talk to you later, okay? Wait, 104? You were feeling that sick? If that was the case, then you should have said so earlier. Your son didn't tell you? The reason why I was slacking off all day today was due to my fever. What? Despite that, I did try to make his lunch for today, but I guess after complaining to me that it was too salty, he went and bought instant noodles. I wonder if he threw out the food I made him. You made him lunch, even though you were this sick? He didn't tell me anything about that. He just said that you didn't make him anything, so he had to go out and buy some noodles from the nearby store. It seems like he's been telling you a variety of things about me. I'm sorry, but I don't have the strength to defend myself against these allegations right now. I do need to rest now, so I'll talk to you later. We'll worry about that later. We should first do something about that fever of yours. What is going on here? This is completely different from what I've been hearing. Millie, if there's anything you need me to pick up for you, you just let me know, okay? Sean's at work, so you can rely on me. Sean, let me in. Why did you kick me out of the house so suddenly? Did I say something weird while I was asleep?
Your coughing was way too annoying. It's midnight and yet you're loudly coughing away. Your husband can't sleep through all the noise you're making.
I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about coughing.
If you can't do anything about it, then you can just stay outside. There, problem was solved. You can cough all you want outside and you won't be a disturbance to anyone else.
What? You're telling me that I have to spend the entire night outside, but I'm sick. I have a fever of 104, you know.
If that's the case, then this is a perfect chance for you to cool down. It's cold enough outside, so you should be able to cool down your body properly.
You're kidding.
I have work tomorrow. I'm part of an important group, so I can't take the day off. I can't risk getting sick from you. For the sake of your husband's health, you need to stay outside all night.
You'd kick your sick wife outside in the cold like this? You're not even the slightest bit worried? You're so cruel, Sean.
What are you talking about? When I came home, you were done with all the chores, and you managed to make me dinner. You just made up the excuse of your fever just so that you could slack off.
What did you say?
Oh, brother, this sucks. Thanks to you, I'm still awake this late at night. I have to wake up early, so I'm gonna sleep now. Make sure to cool down throughout the night. Millie, where in the world are you? You're home, aren't you?
Huh?
Your husband decided to be nice and wake up early to let you back in the house, but you were nowhere to be seen. Because of you, I had to buy my breakfast from the corner store.
You locked your wife out all night. Don't you have something that you would like to say about that? You're not going to ask how I'm doing or apologize for what you did yesterday?
Huh? Why would I apologize to you? If anything, you should be apologizing to me. Interrupting my sleep with your loud coughing all night. Then you disappear without making me breakfast or lunch.
What?
You need to be more grateful to me. I mean, because I locked you out all night, your fever should have gone down by now, right? Are you feeling all better now? If that's the case, then you have no reason to be slacking off in your chores now.
Your wife is no longer here.
What?
Millie is no longer your wife. I made her file for your guys' divorce. If you know what's good for you, then you'll leave her alone for the rest of your life.
Forced her to file for divorce? What's that all about? If anything, who are you? A friend trying to play hero for a damsel in distress?
Wrong. I'm her mother-in-law, otherwise known as your mother. Sean, what have you been doing to that poor girl?
What? Mom?
I haven't been able to control my anger all night long. What heartless person would throw a person who is obviously very sick outside in the cold all night long? I have no recollection of raising you to behave this way.
Wait, why are you there with her? Why are you on her phone?
I have been taking care of Millie since last night when you locked her out. She called me out of nowhere last night, asked for my help, and then lost connection. When I rushed over to the house, where she was unconscious outside, I thought I was going to have a heart attack looking at the scene in front of me.
What?
The door to the house was locked, and I saw the text messages sent between you and her. From there, I got the gist of what happened and immediately took her to the hospital. She was hospitalized all night and was discharged earlier this morning. From there, I encouraged her to file for divorce immediately.
Why would you do that? I'm glad that you went through all the trouble to help out my wife, but still, why would you force a divorce into this situation?
That's because it was what I thought would be best for her. I did nothing wrong in this.
For Millie? Oh, is it for this wife training thing? You forced a divorce so that she would understand how grateful she should be for me, right? Thanks, Mom. You're the best. Just keep teaching her all the important things. She sucks at doing any of the chores. She's by far the worst wife ever.
Huh? What are you talking about? Where is this horrible wife you're talking about? Because I know that Millie is definitely not one. She does everything perfectly and hasn't taken one single day off to take care of herself. If anything, it's amazing how she didn't get sick earlier.
What?
The reason why I told her to file for divorce is for her to be free from you. When I believed everything you said about her, I handed you the papers to file for divorce, right? I told you to sign it so that you can hand it over at any given time. I never imagined that it would have to be used like this.
What are you talking about, Mom? It seems like you're mad at me rather than at Millie.
I've gone way past anger now, and I've just settled in pure disbelief over this entire situation. I can't believe that you were lying to me this whole time. This whole time you complained about how useless she was, but after hearing Millie out, it was completely the opposite.
What?
I was too worried about her health yesterday and decided to go check on her. And what I saw was her doing all the chores even though she had such a high fever. I couldn't stand by and watch, so I did all the rest of the tasks for her.
Really?
I can't forgive you for what you've done as a woman and a wife. You completely abuse your position as a husband against your wife and lie to your mother. What is it that you were trying to achieve by doing all this?
Calm down, Mom. You've got it all wrong here. I was doing all this for Millie's sake.
Huh?
I respect you a lot, Mom. You gave your all for your family. You were the example I wanted as a mother and the example of the perfect wife. So in order for her to be just like you, I was being all mean to her on purpose. I thought that her skills would improve more that way.
That was completely pointless, seeing as how perfectly she does everything. It was apparent when I visited her yesterday. She does her best every single day.
Oh, you don't get it. She's pretty bad at cooking. Compared to you, her cooking is so bad. My favorite fried chicken especially tastes horrible when she makes it. I keep telling her to make it as good as you do, but she doesn't improve in the slightest.
You had a favorite dish? Why didn't you say so earlier? I got those from a nearby restaurant that specializes in chicken.
Wait for the chicken place. Those were all from there?
Yep, at first. I tried a bunch of ways to make my chicken taste good, but then one day when I wasn't feeling all too well, I decided to buy some from there and served it out for dinner. You finished those chickens way faster than any of the ones I've made. You even said that you love those, so I started to buy chicken from them every time.
What?
I just reheat and sometimes refry them just before dinner. If anything, your favorite curry dishes and hamburgers are also just takeout from the nearby stores.
Really?
No matter how much effort I put into cooking, if my child says that he prefers that over my own, then what else is there to do? I eventually gave up on being perfect at chores. I started to see them as a hassle more and more.
Millie makes everything but the chicken really good. She never even had takeout for dinner since we got married.
And yet you threw her outside and locked the door. Unbelievable. She's going to be spending a few days with me. In the meantime, you are not allowed anywhere near us.
Millie, where are you? Please come back home to me.
Never. Thanks to your mother, I finally was able to get a divorce. I don't want you ever to be in control of my life ever again.
What do you mean by that? Sure, I was a bit harsh to you and all, but I still did my job as a husband and supported you.
Huh?
I promised to fix my attitude towards you, so please come back to me. You've gotten better and left my parents' house already, right? I don't know where you are now, but please come back. I can't live without you here with me.
You complained about me being useless all the time to people, and now all of a sudden you can't live without me the moment I'm gone?
Well, that's because I don't know how to cook or clean. I've been eating takeout this whole time, and now the house is a mess. All the laundry is all wrinkled, and I don't have a clean shirt to wear to work tomorrow.
I have no intention of being your maid anymore. If that's what you want, then you can go hire one that'll do everything perfectly. Or, better yet, find a healthy wife who won't ever get sick.
Looked for a maid to hire, but they all cost so much money. I tried using dating apps and got women to come over, but the moment they saw the trash-filled house, they all left. There's no way I can get remarried like this.
You don't want to spend money, but you want them to do the chores? You're such a horrible person.
You were doing it for me. This time I promise to be more helpful, so please. I'll even give you an allowance. So please, come back to me. My parents abandoned me, and now I don't have anyone I can rely on.
Your parents abandoned you?
I heard that you left my place, so I figured that it was finally my chance to go home, so I rushed over to them. But both my mom and dad sprayed me down with a hose and disowned me right there, claiming that they don't want a son as embarrassing as I am.
Oh my. Those two were that mad, huh? Maybe I spoke too much about our married life to them.
Please, Millie, I'm begging you. Let's get back together. I promise to cherish you this time. You're struggling from being a full-time housewife to having to provide on your own, right?
Yeah, it's a bit hard, but I'm having fun, so it's fine. Thanks to your mother, I managed to fully recover and found a job immediately. The manager there is so nice and handsome. I can't help but want to be around him all the time.
What? It's only been a month since we got a divorce. You're moving on to a different man already?
Women can recover quickly, you know. So would you mind leaving me alone? To me, you're just a horrible ex-husband from the past. I don't care a single bit what a man like you is doing.
But...
Goodbye, Sean. Hopefully, you'll be able to make your favorite dishes on your own. After that, I haven't gotten a single message from my ex-husband. If anything, I got all the money that I was due from our divorce the next day, so I'm guessing that his mother had something to do with all this. Every once in a while, she sends me a text checking up on me. If Sean hadn't been lying about me, then maybe we could have gotten along better than the relationship we have now. As for Sean, it seems like he has tried multiple times to get back in his parents' good graces, but they hose him down with water each time. He eventually started attending a class for house chores, but then told the teacher there that she should be doing his chores, which resulted in him getting banned from there. The encounter between them got spread all over social media, and now he is seen as a man who can't do simple tasks nationwide.